Food labels 101. So when you start on a health journey, very important to understand what is in the food that you eat. And oftentimes, nutrition labels are hard to understand. People don't get it, what it is. So I'm going to give you some food items out of my fridge, give you an idea of how to understand what's in each thing, and maybe bust some myths about what foods are or what, etc. Right? So cottage cheese, for a couple of things to point out for. Number one is how many calories per serve. If you go how many calories per serve, then you're gonna need, then you understand that, say, one pack is not one serve. It might be this one is 5.5 servings, okay? So you might be, kind of a bit surprised by how little a serve size actually is, okay? That's the first thing to understand. Then you're gonna understand is like, well, how many grams per serve? So this one is a 45-gram serve, okay? And then you think, well, what is the most prominent macronutrient in that? Because once calories are done, then you may be interested to know, is it full of protein? Is it full of carbs? Is it full of fat? All that thing. So this thing, the energy is 46 grams per 45 grams, okay? Which is okay. It's 5.6 grams of protein for that serve. It has 2.3 grams of fat per that serve and has 1 gram of carbohydrate per serve. Therefore, this is a very high protein food. The predominant macronutrient is protein, okay? So a very good option if you're trying to up your protein. Now, peanut butter, okay? Big one. People eat peanuts and peanut butter because it is often advertised as high protein, but it's not, okay? So how many servings in this jar? 25 servings. Each serving size is 20 grams. So I challenge you to weigh out 20 grams of peanut butter, see what it actually looks like. It's way less than what you think it is, okay? But that same serve, okay, is very high in calories. So this particular food label has 490 kilojoules. You're like, well, what is that? What is 490 kilojoules? Divide it by 4, okay? It's 120 calories it is for 20 grams, which is actually a lot of calories for what it is. So if you believe or you think that this is high in protein, let's just break the macronutrients down. So it's got 5 grams of protein per serve, which is okay, to be honest with you. But it's got 10 grams of fat per serve and 1.5 gram of protein. So in actual fact, this is a fat source, not a protein source. It's a fat source first, then it has higher protein, but also is very, very high in calories. So if you're eating lots of this to try and get your protein up, you're going to be in a massive calorie surplus, and it's not going to help you lose weight. So this probably isn't the best option if you're trying to lose weight, unless it's within your calorie limit. The next thing we got is mayonnaise. Okay, so we use light mayonnaise in our house because we understand normal mayonnaise is super, super high calorie. So this one as well, though, like when you look at it, so per serve is 14 grams. Weigh out the 14 grams, see how small a portion that actually is, because it'll make a big difference. A lot of people chuck on mayonnaise and stuff on their salads and whatever, and it can add hundreds of calories to that meal that you didn't even realize. And if you think you're eating healthy, and you are, and you dollop this stuff on, same as vinaigrette as well with oils, then your meal becomes a couple of hundred calories more, and you're not sure what's going on. So when we break this down, there's only 0.03 grams of protein, so it's not a protein source. It's 3.7 grams of fat and 1.2 grams of carbohydrates. So this is actually a fat source, nothing else. Not a carb source, not a protein source, it's a fat source. Very important to understand. Then we got protein yogurt, okay? This is sold as high protein yogurt, okay? 16 grams of protein per serve, okay? Let's break this down. 180 grams. So in terms of calories, 700 kilojoules divided by 4 is roughly 175 calories per serve. So when you're looking at fat, it's only 4.1 grams of fat, 17.3 grams of carbohydrate, which is quite high. And then you got protein, okay, which is what they say it is. It's 16.2 grams. It's actually less protein than it is carbs. However, yogurt, fat-free Greek yogurt, usually can substitute as in a protein or a carb because they're about the same, okay? They're about the same sort of macronutrients per one. So really important to understand your food labels. So just to recap, okay, look at the calories, look at the serve size first. If you don't know what a serve size looks like, especially in a big bucket like this, how would you even know? You got to learn to weigh it out to understand what that size of food looks like. Then you look at what's the most dominant macronutrient. So even if you think like, oh, it's advertised as high protein, it isn't necessarily high protein. It is a fat source, not a protein source. You've got to look at that. And the labels don't lie. They are what they are. But you can use your head to judge if that's a good source of protein or not for the calories that you have. So for me, this is a big staple in my diet. Same as this one, this cottage cheese, but the peanut butter is not so much. I do have this, but I only have a little bit. So that's kind of a food label 101. If you like the video, let me know down below, because I think it's important. People get really confused about this stuff, and I don't think there's anything to be confused about. It's just understanding what a serve is, what the calories is, and the most dominant macronutrient for you to make better choices. Have a fantastic day, team, and I'll see you on the next video.